very much, Senator Warner, and Howard divulged your long relationship and promised not to tell any secrets. So I think you're safe.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks to Senator Warner. Much like presidential nominations, 32-year friendships are rare and to be cherished, and I long have. It's my honor and my privilege to appear before you today as President Obama's nominee to serve as the United States Ambassador to the Kingdom of Belgium. I'm grateful to President Obama and to Secretary Clinton for their confidence in me and to this committee for its consideration. If I'm confirmed, I will not be the only member of the Gutman family representing the United States in Belgium. With me today is my wife, Michelle, who has been my partner and my best friend for 28 years, and as Senator Warner will attest, has also been the best dentist in Washington, D.C. during that time. And with me as well is my younger son, Chase, who will be representing us in the 10th grade at the International School of Brussels. Today as well with me are the world's best in-laws, Larry and Martha Lowinger, my sister, Deborah Studin, and my mom, Rosalind Gutman. And although my dad, Max Gutman, passed away when I was 16, as you'll note from my testimony, in a very real sense, he too is here with me today. Today's hearing is, of course, about where I hope to be going. But so much of what I would bring as an ambassador relates not to where I would be going, but from where I have come and from whom I have learned along the way. For I have indeed been blessed to live what is often referred to as the American dream, but in truth is a dream shared in working neighborhoods throughout the world, as much in neighborhoods such as Anderlecht in Brussels as in Queens, New York, where I grew up. For my father was a Holocaust survivor who, much like those depicted in the movie Defiance, spent much of the war in the woods in Poland after his family and his entire town were destroyed. Unable to locate either employment or surviving family members, he came to this country in 1950 and struggled in the garment district in the Lower East Side. But he steadfastly believed in the opportunities that lay ahead for his family. When he passed away in my senior year in high school, I went to work as a busboy and a waiter, and by supplementing table tips with the student loan program, I graduated from public schools in New York City to Columbia University and Harvard Law School. But my most vital lessons could never have come from textbooks or treatises. I've learned about the importance of public service, about professionalism, and about the pursuit of justice from among the finest public servants in our nation. As a law clerk first for Judge Irving Goldberg on the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, a hero in the civil rights movement in the South, and then for Justice Potter Stewart on the United States Supreme Court, perhaps the consummate gentleman and jurist. And then finally for Judge William H. Webster, then as director of the FBI, clearly one of our most accomplished public servants, and a man whom I still today count among my friends. As well, my mentors and colleagues at Williams and Connolly have well enforced the lessons of the pursuit of excellence, diligence, judgment, and integrity. I do not mean to be less than humble about the law firm that I've called home for well over 2 decades, but if you want to know what the best litigation firm in the world is, you just need to ask any corporate CEO or government official on the doorstep of a major legal problem. If confirmed, I look forward to bringing all of these life lessons to bear as I proudly would serve the United States abroad. Belgium is sometimes described as being at the heart of Europe, but its importance is so much more than geographical. A founding member of NATO and of the EU, Belgium is home to both and to the diplomats who fill their ranks. In recent years, Belgium has held leadership positions in the United Nations Security Council, the OSCE, and this year, Belgium is now president of the UN Human Rights Council. In the second half of 2010, Belgium will serve as the president of the EU. Belgium, in many respects, therefore, is the mind and soul of Europe. It's its eyes and ears. And with its diverse and growing multicultural community, including a Muslim community estimated between 500,000 and 1 million people, Belgium is a place where tolerance and communication are helping to bring about greater levels of mutual understanding among people of different backgrounds and beliefs, both within and even far beyond the borders of Europe. And Belgium has indeed always been a true partner of the United States. Steadfast allies through 2 world wars and a Cold War, Belgium and the United States remain poised as partners today to face the present challenges and together to create the future that we all owe to our children. So like American troops, Belgian troops work tirelessly in Afghanistan, mentoring Afghani forces. And like American F-16s, Belgian F-16s protect Afghani skies. all to bring a safer and more peaceful future. And Belgians and Americans work closely together to ensure that the least advantaged nations, especially those in Africa, are not denied their piece of that more secure and prosperous future. With the two countries having long been vigorous trading partners, the Port of Antwerp today sends more containers to the United States every day than any other port in the world. In turn, U.S. investment in Belgium is so extensive that 1 out of 12 people in Belgium work for a U.S. company. The Belgians have indeed begun to take a fresh look towards our shores, and thus, were I to be confirmed, my overarching goal would be proudly to be part of what the Belgians see when they take that fresh look. Part of what the Belgians see, along with Marine Sergeant Philip Cahey, who did 3 combat tours in Iraq and now guards the front gate in Belgium. Part of what they see along with Raymond Versali, a Belgian woman who has worked for 30 years in our consular services and greets everyone every morning with a smile. And part of what they see along with Wayne Bush, among the finest deputy chiefs of mission in the Foreign Service, and along with the hundreds of other dedicated men and women who proudly enrich Embassy Brussels. Part of what they see, 2 countries working together on a global economic recovery that will not be easy, but can be achieved through international cooperation and lasting reform. 2 countries working together to overcome a dependence on fossil fuels that undermines our joint economic recovery, that threatens our joint national security, and that threatens our planet. 2 valued partners engaged in cooperative efforts to combat terrorism and root out sources of terror while always preserving justice. Madam Chair and members of the committee, Senator Lugar, I can think of no greater service or responsibility than being part of the new face of America abroad, to represent our nation to a long-standing ally and thus to assist in creating new allies and a far safer planet. I look forward to this challenge and hope to have the chance to serve the United States of America at this vital moment in history. Thank you so much, and I'll be happy to respond to any questions.